Okay, my fellow YouTubers, once again, Sarge, USMC, name of the channel, Mix Match Stereo. As you can see, my setup looked a little different than the last time you saw it. I'm going to tell you the reason why. There are my clips to the right of the screen, my clips Forte 4s. I've been playing them for the last year. I made one video thus far, my last video, using the clips Forte 4s, and I was using the Wilsonton Audio R300B as the power amp, but I switched that out last video for the McIntosh MC402. I made a video with the McIntosh on the Forte 4s, and it came out awesome, sounded great. I put new tubes in the McIntosh 275. I put in the Lin tubes from China. It's right down there on the floor in front of the MC402, and it sounded awesome. And then as I was playing different cuts after that video, I heard a noise in my right speaker. The right Forte 4 had a noise in the tweeter mid-range area. I tried to pretend I didn't hear it, but as I played different tracks, I did hear it. So I'm thinking that I probably blew a tweeter in the Forte 4s. So I was crushed behind that. I said, come on, say it ain't so. Alright, so I took the Forte 4s out of the system, thinking I'll try to contact the manufacturer I bought it from, see can I get a new tweeter. But in the meantime, I pulled out the clips Forte 4s, and I put in the Polk LSi15s. That's what you see right now. These are the Polk Audio that I had about 10 years. A nice superintendent at work, father passed away, and his mother-in-law, his stepmother rather, wanted to get rid of the speakers, and he thought of me, so he brought them to work so I could look at them. Really wasn't interested in them because I had plenty of speakers here already, but they looked pretty decent. So, and he was asking peanuts for them. It was the speakers and the flagship Yamaha integrated amp, which I know I didn't need. So I got rid of the integrated amp, gave that to my brother-in-law, and I kept the Polk Audio's LSi15s. These came out between 2002 2003 at a retail price of $1,700. I paid for these speakers. Well, he was asking for $500 for the both. A flagship Yamaha integrated amp, and these speakers that came out in 0203 for $1,700. He was asking $500 for both of them. I felt guilty, so I gave him $600 because the speakers alone to worth more than that. Then you throw in a flagship integrated amp. So I had these about 10 years. I played them before when I stayed in a townhouse. I didn't have much room for them to breathe. Now I have a little more room for these to breathe. They weigh about 66 pounds. They're 4-ohm speakers, so they give me a little harder to drive than the clips Forte 4s. These are 4 ohms, and the sensitivity is 88 dB. So compare this 4-ohm speaker with a sensitivity of 88 dB compared to the clips Forte 4s, which is an 8-ohm speaker. Sensitivity is 99 dB. So these would be a lot harder to push with the Wilsonton, which is only 8 watts. Recommended power for these speakers between 8 watts and between 20 watts and 250. Alright, so I was using the McIntosh in front 275 all tube amp on the 4K4s, but I heard a noise in the tweeter mid-range area of the 4K4s, so I pulled them out, and I had the McIntosh MC275, the one that's sitting up front on the floor on the carpet. I put these on the, I put this one on the Polk Audio LSi15, and lo and behold, I heard the same noise that I heard in the clips. I heard in the Polk speakers also, the right channel. So that tells me it wasn't the 4K4's tweeter, because I heard the same noise in the Polk right channel. So then I'm thinking it's got to be the new output tubes that I put in the 275. So I pulled out the output tubes in 275 and I stuck in the Ruby tubes in my other McIntosh 275. So I put them output tubes in this 275, and I still heard the noise in the right channel. So now that's telling me it's not the output tubes. So now I'm thinking I got to take my McIntosh to Overtures and get it serviced. So I pulled the McIntosh out, the 275, stuck in the MC402, which is on top now, which is the current amp of the month. So I put the 402 in, and everything is good. But then I thought about it. What if the 275 don't need service? What if it wasn't the output tubes? So what if it's the input tubes? So before I could get to check the input tubes, which I'm thinking that it is, I've been playing the MC402. All right, so eventually I'll pull out the right channel input tubes, driver tubes, and put in new tubes on that side, and hopefully that amp will be fine. But I didn't continue troubleshooting because I was ready to play music, so I stuck in the MC402. So we had the MC402 set up, and they're going to push the Polk speakers, and they'll do it very nicely. Trust me. The MC402 is 400 watts into 4 ohms or 8 ohms. It don't matter. You cannot scratch out this power amp. This power amp had won 2 Golden Ear Awards and Absolute Sound Magazine and Power Amp of the Year Award and Stereo Magazine. I bought this amp in 2009 from Overtures. I love this amp. I always said that we have a strong connection, a strong bond, me and the MC402, because I covered it for years before I could afford to buy it. And so I bought that from Overtures 2009. It's a great amp. So the next video that I'll put out, it'll have the McIntosh MC402, which is 400 watts into 4 ohms or 8 ohms. It don't matter. So these speakers, the Polks, like I said, they're 4 ohm speakers, so they can be harder to push if you use a regular small 20 watt amp like I had in the Wilsonton R300B. I did use that amp on these speakers when I first put them in, but it wasn't working properly to my liking. But with this solid state McIntosh and the MC275, that worked. So I'll get back to that after I do a couple of videos. And what I'm doing now, I'm using different power amps every month. So I decided that the McIntosh will be the power amp of choice for March. April, I'll probably go back to the McIntosh 275. Eventually, I'll go to the ARC VT80 SE to match up with the ARC LS28 SE, which is the preamp currently being used. So these are the Polk Audio LSi15s. Like I said, they came out between 2002 and 2003. $1,700. I think the retail was $1,740, something like that. It's got a 1-inch tweeter sandwiched between two 5-inch mid-range drivers. It's got a side firing 8-inch woofer. I think it's like 66 pounds, so they're not lightweight. They're put together very well. I love the sound. All right, so this is Sarge signing off. Name of the channel, Mix Match Stereo. Because as you see, I got some mix match stuff. All right, Mix Match Stereo, Sarge signing off. Number 5.